There's some people out there that are very, heavy, cash heavy, and they're okay with, opening 5 in one shot. I've seen it done. That's not us. We like to, take our time and make sure it's going to be a home run.
Welcome back to the Garden State Growth Show, where we feature small businesses and real estate professionals. Today we have a special guest, Kenny Mack of Wall Township by way of Seaside and Toms River. Kenny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jan.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jamie.
Kenny, tell me a little bit about your story and what brought you here and how'd you get into entrepreneurship?
Prior to entrepreneurship, I went to high school, graduated high school, joined the military, got kicked out.
The military?
Yeah, the military. That's a story for another day. Went to college at the Office Lounge University. I was a barback, kind of bartender there. I washed glasses, stocked the shelves, took the garbage out, smoked cigarettes.
That's back when they smoked indoors.
Yeah, smoked indoors.
This is 03, 02?
I'd have a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, and I'd be washing the glasses. The ashes would be falling into the water.
Lovely.
But there was just so much smoke and ash everywhere, nobody cared. You know what I mean?
Before smartphones, no one was recording
they just drank the ash, but they were okay with it.
Right.
After that, I got a job as a bartender in Seaside Heights, most of the nightclubs there, when nightclubs were a thing in town. The Bamboo, Hemingway's, Karma, yada, yada, yada. While working at the Bamboo, I was bartending, Jan was DJing.
Yes.
One night I got a little drunk behind the bar, back when I used to drink, and I left the bar, grabbed the microphone, brought the microphone behind the bar, and I was emceeing, talking on the mic while bartending. And we thought it was funny. Jan and I had a couple conversations after that, and you're like, maybe we could do this again.
Take the show on the road.
Yeah. Good friend of mine, Chad, was getting married. Didn't really know where to turn for entertainment. Right. So I said, my friend Jan DJs, and I spoke on a microphone one time. Maybe you can hire us. And he did.
Perfect qualifications.
So we did that wedding and realized it was something that we were pretty good at.
As bad as we were better than most.
Yeah, we were pretty good at that.
That's how low the bar is for wedding DJs.
That's right. So, did a couple more weddings, couple more friends, very cheap, but we did them to get the Rolodex going. And then we partnered up with Ryan and Yanni, who had their own company, and we merged like Voltron, which was a show in the 80s.
Yeah. Great show.
The 80s Power Rangers, which is the 90s equivalent to the show today, where they merged. So we merged, and JB Pro Lab's been in business for many, many years now. Hundreds and hundreds of weddings. Satisfactory. 5 stars. Did Jamie's wedding.
My wedding.
Did about everybody's wedding possible.
Caught you at the tail end.
Right.
It's a recession-proof business,
Yes.
minus COVID.
Yeah. So that's business one. Then I got into a fruit franchise. And how I got there is not really because I love fruit per se.
Not a big fruit.
Or do I eat healthy or anything like that. One of my best friends started a company and it took off.
I lived next door at the time.
Yeah.
What year was this? 2012?
2014. My friend Rob and his girlfriend Abby started Playa and took off to a monster. It's a monster today.
It's a big company.
Very big company. So I got involved in the Seaside Boardwalk with a friend of mine, and then a couple of things happened, and then ended up owning the store myself. Opened another one. With my uncle on the other side of the boardwalk, so now I have 2.
So you saw an opportunity where Playa was growing, and you're a Seaside guy.
Yes.
You've always been a Seaside guy.
I've been a Seaside guy forever.
We need these things.
Yes.
And at the boardwalk, all we have are these fries, pizza.
Yep.
But no acai.
I saw an opportunity, along with some other people, we saw an opportunity to bring this brand to Seaside. And it was a solid move. And I've had that store.
What year was that?
That was 2018.
4 years after it started.
Yeah, 2018. 2018 is when I bought it back. 2017 is when Seaside opened, and I was partners with other people. 2018 I bought it, and that's when we opened Seaside Heights. So now I'm quote unquote an entrepreneur. Now listen,
Franchisepreneur.
I can't spell entrepreneur.
No.
Don't even know what it meant, leading up to doing this. I know some people, people like me. They know me. That's how this happened.
Right.
Being in the right place at the right time.
Amen.
It has nothing to do with business smarts or the ability to do math or anything like that. Just being nice to people.
What is it about the Pliables franchise that drew you to it? Is it like the culture, surf culture? I know you're a big surfer.
I'm a big surfer, emphasis on big, physically big.
Right.
Barely fit on a surfboard, but I do. Listen, what drew me to Pliables, to be completely honest with you, the lines of people buying Pliables.
I remember.
Okay.
It was a rush.
What do you think creates those lines?
The product. The product is
Like people see other people walking around with it, and like
people
where
see other
where'd you
people
get
walking.
that?
People eat it, and it tastes phenomenal. It's a perfect meal for the summer, for any time of the year, but especially for the summer. I saw the lines of people. Again, my best friend started it. That's how it
You
went
had
down
an
for
in
me.
there.
I had an in. I lucked out. Right place, right time.
Sure.
For me, you know what I mean? Cool. I'm sure there's people in America that work hard for their success. Not me.
Okay.
No. I knew the right people, and I was in the right place at the right time.
But you put the pieces together,
I put the pieces together.
And
That's
so, and
exactly
it wasn't
what I
just
did.
you to
Yes.
start with.
Yes.
You found people with either expertise or money
Yes.
to join you.
Yes.
So for right now, you have the exclusive only 2 Pliables in Seaside Heights.
In Seaside, yes. One in Seaside Park, one in Seaside Heights. Then, a couple years down the road, there were some kiosks being built next to my Pliables. And,
After the fire.
yeah.
Well, this is way after the fire.
Way after the fire.
It used to be Funtown Pier.
The Funtown Pier area. So, a cousin of mine is in the food business, and I said to Joe, which his name is, I said, Joe, do you think we could do something here? And Joe said, I have an idea. We're going to take Pliables' concept, and we're going to change the food.
Still a bowl.
Still a bowl of food with toppings, but instead of a fruit pureed base, it's going to be macaroni and cheese. And I said, okay, you're the boss, Joe. Now again, Joe, food expert, chef at a restaurant. Kenny, none of those things. Kenny sees an opportunity of a kiosk that's empty. Kenny knows the money he makes here. Let's try to make that money here now. Sure. So I partnered with Joe and Joe's brother John, and we threw some money at this. And we built Max, mac and cheese. It's kind of a play on words. My last name is Macchiaverna. They call me Kenny Mac. Right. So that was cool in itself. But you need a little more than that to start a business. Is a cool name.
But you were a fan of mac and cheese before starting the business.
Oh, yeah.
Tried it.
Yeah. Everybody.
Gotta love what you do.
Tell us a story about the cheese sauce. Like, that didn't just come overnight. You guys tested a lot of different... I remember being one of the guys testing the cheese.
Yeah.
Developed an addiction that slowly kicked. But
Jan's trying to do an overeating joke during this interview, but Joe knew the cheese sauce recipe right off the bat. We didn't have to test anything.
Oh, I thought you tested.
No. My cousin Joe is the mastermind of Max. Just like Rob and Abby were the masterminds of Pliables. See, there's a thing going on here. Yeah. Kenny doesn't want to think.
How many different types of bowls do you have at Max?
At Max, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe there's 8. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and then you could put a graphic of the exact amount, like throw the menu up there. We're going to say 8, but you can mix and match pretty much everything. You know what I mean? You have mac and cheese, you throw the pulled pork on it, you can throw the buffalo chicken on it. Yeah, create your own. We have a bunch of different crunches. Great business idea, and it does murder at dinner on the boardwalk. It really does. There's people walking around, they're hungry. We have a great dinner. The problem is, dinner is only a certain point of the day, right? During the day in Seaside on the boardwalk in the summer, It's hot.
Yeah.
And not everybody's looking for hot mac and cheese to quench their hotness.
It's when the sun goes down, it's most lucrative for you.
Yes.
But 10 feet from the mac and cheese is
10
pliable.
feet from the mac and cheese is pliable.
So you got the morning
So I
covered.
got the morning covered, yes. Then a couple years down the road, there was an empty space on the boardwalk.
Yes.
And I got with a partner who's part of my landlord group, good friend of mine, and I said, can we put this game concept on the boardwalk?
What game is that?
It's a 3-point basketball shot on the boardwalk. Picture the NBA 3-point contest during the All-Star game, but on the boardwalk. 15 shots, the more you hit, the better the prize.
Where'd you first see that game?
On TV, but they have the same game in, they have it at Great Adventure, they also have it in Atlantic City. So we were the first ones on the boardwalk to do that. Now, there were other basketball games on the boardwalk where you just get a single shot, but our concept is, you get a couple more shots.
But you say, hey, we got this space, I've seen this game.
Yeah, so the space was sitting there, it was just an empty space in front of Pliables. So if you had a map, Pliables is here, Max is here, Get Buckets is there. That's the name of the basketball game. So Pliables, Max, Get Buckets. So my job in the summer is to manage, keep an eye on all these things, but mostly I just play basketball and shoot threes as people walk by.
Are you a good 3-point shooter?
Better than you. Better than you. Yeah.
Doesn't say much.
I think I'm good.
I'd give you a run for your
Yeah,
money.
when I heat up, it's kind of magical, right? But when the wind kicks in, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I have my sweet spots. But that's not what we're here to talk about, is it?
What are the prizes for that game?
We give away an electric bicycle.
Okay.
You'll never have to pedal again. You just, I
like that.
You know what I mean? You would
Yeah,
like that.
I do like that.
We give away a PlayStation 5, okay, video game console. We give away, I would call them bad prizes, little knobby ball
What's the
things.
grand prize?
The grand prize is the electric bike.
The electric bike,
Yeah.
Has anyone gotten close to the
Yeah,
grand prize?
13
Out of
Memorial Day.
15.
13 out of 15.
13 out of 15.
Yes.
Almost put you under.
Almost put me under the first weekend. Now we're going to fast forward a couple more years. I invested in another Pliables brand concept. Not Pliables brand concept, another Pliables location, a year-round location in Bayonne, New Jersey. In that location, I invested in, again, partners. I'm a big fan of partners. All right, that's the theme here. My one Pliables, no more partners. It's just me, but I'm a big fan of partners because I like to not risk as much. And if God forbid it does fall through, I'm not taking it on the chin. And I also have this feeling that if you get a little bit from a lot of different places, it kind of all adds up.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to get super rich. I just want to pay my bills, go on a couple
So
vacations.
you've been through this a few times. So strategic partner-wise, what is your go-to people for a new location?
They got to have money.
Money.
Money's number one. And just
Any expertise? Does they have to know anything about restaurants or fast casual at all?
they should.
Yeah.
All my partners now are just kind of my buddies or cousins. So
You try to use the same people now, generally?
people. Yeah.
Helps with the trust factor.
It does. It does. Partnerships are tough.
Dealing with a lot of cash,
You're
I'm
dealing
sure,
with
in
a lot
that
of cash,
business.
and you gotta. It's Listen, I don't know. I don't want to get all down and out, but the first year Pliables was open, I also had another partner, and that didn't work out, and the friendship isn't what it was.
What's up, guys? Thank you for watching the Garden State Growth Show. Please subscribe below so you get notifications when all these videos come out. Comment, share with friends. We're going to head right back to the show. Tell me about the positive and negative franchise model. Obviously, it's not all roses.
Positives, again, they do the thinking for you.
Menu's done.
Menu's done. The brand concept is done. The marketing.
Got the point of sale system.
Yes. They do the thinking for you.
Do you have any, room or thinking for the future to opening up a fourth?
Sure. Yeah, if the opportunity presents itself, this is a big franchise. Like I said, they're at 220 stores right now, which is wild because I watched it from day one. My
first
friend,
one.
his girlfriend started this thing. We laughed at them. Okay.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to start this company. I'm going to start selling these things on the boardwalk or on the beach in Belmar. He actually asked me to help him out like day 2 because I was a bartender and I'm kind of quick on my feet. And I laughed at him. I said, I'm going to make $500 in Seaside. Like, I don't need this. And, now he's rich.
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for locations, how are you guys finding new locations?
First of all, the location needs to be available. So, right, we find out if somebody has that location, we can't go there. Then you just kind of want to be in, there's a couple boxes you want to check. Foot traffic, densely populated areas, a lot of people, high schools, college campuses, those are big, near the beach, mountain, pretty much anywhere. And that's a good thing about this brand is that like, it's kind of proven that you could plot these things wherever. I mean, they're opening Colorado and
As
Texas.
long as the foot traffic's there, they're serving fruit. So,
there's McDonald's everywhere. There's Burger Kings in pretty much every town in the nation, right? So I think that's where they're trying to head at least, and hopefully they do, because it'd be cool. Listen, if this thing for some reason doesn't work, with these year-round stores, I will be okay on the boardwalk forever. The boardwalk will always be busy. Seaside will always be busy as long as the sun's out, and I'm selling cold fruit smoothies.
I feel like you adapt with the times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking to do any of these out of state?
I would if I would definitely do that. You have to find a partner, an operating partner, or at least a manager that gets some type of piece of the business.
Sure.
They need to if you're just paying somebody's salary, they're not going to care.
They don't have the skin in the game. Sure.
You got to have some skin. So if they make more money, if the store does well, then you bring them on. So I have thought about let's just say Kentucky, right? The Kentucky Wildcats. They're downtown, which I've never been to in my life, and probably never will go in my entire life. But if I find a spot on LoopNet and I find the right partners, and there's 1,000 square feet in downtown. What town is Kentucky College in? Knoxville? No, that's Tennessee.
I have no idea.
You get what I'm saying now. Yeah. If I was to do this out of state, I think it would be on a big Division I college campus. I think that
would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Why, you want to do it with me?
Maybe.
Chan, you got any
I'm
money?
going to need to see the books.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
People hire us to find off-market opportunities in real estate.
Right.
So for you, are you looking for, let's quote unquote, off-market opportunities in retail where maybe an investor in another state knows of a business that's closing, he could reach out to you and
I'm always open to a conversation, and so is the rest of my group. We're always looking to expand. We don't want to expand too fast. We don't really got it like that. You know what I mean, financially speaking. But
1 or 2 stores a year.
Yes, nice
Slow
and
and
easy.
steady.
Use this money we're making to open the next one. Yada yada yada. There's some people out there that are very heavy, cash heavy, and they're okay with opening 5 in one shot. I've seen it done. That's not us. We like to take our time and make sure it's going to be a home run.
What about profit margins in general? What do franchises do? Like what?
They're anywhere from 10 to 20%, just depending on how you run the store.
What do you control? The labor?
You control the labor and you control waste, right? You can't really necessarily control the price of the cost of goods. There's a couple of people who sell it here and there. Maybe you shop around a little bit, but you make sure that nobody's throwing anything out. You know what I mean?
So your job is to keep the machine running efficiently, basically.
Yes,
They
yes.
give you the machine.
You run it efficiently, there's money to be made. But again, labor's the biggest, knowing that, you need 2 guys, then you need 5 guys, then you need 2 again.
So franchises in general, like what's the key to success there? Is it one location and you just try to run that the best you can, or is it a numbers game where you want 3 or 4 of these things?
It kind of depends on what you're looking to get out of it. You can go either way. You could, Jan, you want to stop what you're doing. You want to open up a franchise of a store, and you just want to open one where you own, you operate, you don't pay a manager, and you keep as much from that one store as possible. That's one way to go about it.
Now I'm on site. I'm the
You're
general
on
manager.
site, you're there, you're
40 hours a week.
working the register, you're ordering, you're making the bowls, or whatever you're making at the time. Or you have the other route is, open multiple locations. If you can handle it yourself, if you put a team together, that's what it seems like a lot of the franchisees in this group are doing. A lot of them have multiple locations. A lot of people have partners, and that's all good.
You find a lot of them are probably raising outside money to open up multiple stores
I've heard
and
of
giving up ownership rights,
I've heard
which
of that. Yes.
you know I feel is not as lucrative.
Right.
Where you're kind of a sole owner, as you mentioned in the one, you have some other partners.
Right.
But in the end, you reap the benefits financially.
Yes.
Rather than opening yourself up, you have 5 stores, but you have a small percentage of each of them.
Right.
Might not be the right model for you
Right.
if you're in the right location, the right spot.
Yeah.
And it seems like on the boardwalk you have a lot of traffic.
Yes.
In the summer times that
Boardwalk's
could be really
wild.
lucrative.
It's very intense. It's a very intense couple months, but for the most part, as long as the sun comes out, we're okay.
You're one of the few seasonal, probably, franchise owners, right? Like,
There's a couple of us, but for the most part, in the franchise I'm with, there's,
tell us about Seaside in the summer. What's going on there?
I love Seaside. I love it with all my heart. I grew up there. My family's from there. I live in Wall Township now, where their beach is Belmar.
Right. That's where this all started?
This is where it all started. I surf there in the fall and winter and whatnot, but in the summer, I am Seaside. My family comes down to Seaside.
What about all the clubs? It's not like a nightclub town?
It's not a nightclub town per se anymore. Which
I know it was.
It was, and I loved it. I want to go on
Jamie
the
was
record.
there. He was at Merge.
I was there.
I was
I
at
want to
Surf
go on the
Club.
record
Served its purpose.
and say I loved it.
Sure.
They would get out at 4 a.m, these clubs, and you roll out onto the street, see all your friends. It was the best.
Been there.
Powers that be don't love that scene anymore, and then maybe they're right for it to be that crazy. But there's a mix still where it's not dead, but it's not as wild. You could still go out and dance, have a couple of drinks, have a good time, and that's key. You got to be out, got to be able to go out and dance, right? They want it to be a family town.
Sure.
You know who has a family? Young family? 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
That's right.
And you know where you guys came from?
Sure.
The nightclubs.
Good luck.
You know what I mean? You know what you're okay with
Everything
when you're
comes
walking
full
on the
circle.
boardwalk?
Oh, that's it.
You're okay with hearing some music, boom, boom,
Yeah.
Because you dance a little bit when you hear it. You feel it. And
It's more like bars now. The nightclubs aren't
Yes,
so
right,
predominant.
But there's,
So that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I feel like the rise of smartphones led to the fall of nightclubs.
yes.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Because nightclubs were the place you went and met other single people. You know what I mean? So you're single, they're single, that's where you would go out and meet. It's a little easier now with the phones.
Now
but,
it's Netflix and
but at the end of the day, Seaside is not the hard partying, I don't know. It gets a bad rap, but you come.
well, what do they have there for families now?
Splash Park.
I love Splash Park.
Splash Park's huge.
I was there last summer.
My kid loves the Splash Park.
You know why? Because you go there, kid's not going to die.
Right.
You can sit down, scroll on your phone if you want.
Right.
No, but also watch them. They close the gate, and then they just run around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not getting out. They're
Young
not
parents
escaping.
just want to sit down.
Splash Park.
Yeah.
They also have Breakwater Beach has their Splash Park, but that's a little bigger for the bigger kids.
Yeah.
Sure.
Casino Pier.
Where all the rides
many
are,
rides
yeah.
and arcades. There's all Lucky Leo's.
They got the pool.
They have the Ocean View Cabanas.
Yeah. Restaurant right
There's a
there.
restaurant right there. There's a lot going on in town. And then at night, there's still a couple places you can go and have some drinks and dance a bit. But Seaside's the best. I love Seaside. Seaside's back. Seaside forever.
The reputation's getting better.
The rep's getting better. And even if it's not, and you hear people say, ugh, Seaside. Come on a Saturday in July, and you can't find a place to park.
Yeah.
It's
No,
packed.
that's true.
They come. People come. They might talk shit.
They do.
People talk shit, but stay in Belmar if you want to talk shit.
Well, one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know, you get kids that are coming down from New Jersey and they're looking for trouble. You know, we weed them out quick. That's everywhere you're gonna go.
In so many words, I think what you're saying is Seaside's back.
Correct.
Yeah. Seaside's back.
Some would say it never left.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for having
Well,
me, guys.
thanks for coming out, Kenny,
Wish you the
Yes.
best, Ken.
with all your franchises and
Yeah.
all you got going on.
I appreciate it. And anybody watching this, buying or selling real estate, please call Ashley Macchiaverna from Real.
Just happens to be on our team.
Yeah, Real Realtors. See you this summer, guys. All right.
Good game.
Take it easy.
Take care.
All right.